welcome back to another episode of Topic of Discussion. I am your host, Miles Berry. Without further introduction, let's get right into it. So today's video is not going to be long at all. Um, First off, I just want to say that for everybody that's in life, striving towards their goals and waking up every day through the stress, through the pain, through the hurt, through the good days, through the bad days, and pushing forward, I want us to know that it's going to pay off, right? Because we have our days, we have our moments when we just need literally a moment. And we might just sit in the car before we go into work and we just trying to get our mind right. You know what I mean? Like you're just trying to just get your mind right, put everything aside so you can just go to work, do the things that you need, and you can get off and go home or do whatever you need to do. And sometimes I just want you to know whatever you're going through, like continue to push forward. Continue to push, and it's all going to pay off in the end. Whatever that is that you're trying to reach, whatever that happiness is that you need to reach for yourself, like it's all going to pay off. But just believe in this journey that we're going on, right? Just believe in this journey. And I know it's not easy. I know life is not easy, but you waking up every day and you continue to push forward and continue to wake up every day with a smile on your face and continue to do the things that you need to, it's going to pay off, right? And it's not going unnoticed because the fruits of your labor, once they pay off, it's going to let you know that it was never going unnoticed. So just continue to push forward and give yourself praise. Tell yourself you are doing a good job, right? You are doing a good job. And even though you're not where you want to be at in your life, if you haven't reached that point, still tell yourself, I'm doing a good job. I'm progressing. I have matured over the last couple of years. I have grown over the last couple of years. So therefore, give yourself praise. Like give yourself credit where it's due. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we need that. We need that extra push. You know what I'm saying? We need that just little motivation just to keep going. Like, you know what? When you think about it, I have grown. I have matured over the last couple of years. Like, you know what? That's something to look back at it and just be like, yeah, you know what? I'm proud of myself for that. You know, my perspective of the world is kind of different now. So the way I view things and these boundaries that I set for myself, like I'm proud of myself. That doesn't mean I'm finna stop pushing, but at the same time, give yourself credit where it's due, so you can continue to push and continue to know that you are improving. Because sometimes we don't see our improvements because sometimes we get so lost in trying to reach our goals and aspirations and happiness and get things in order, we don't see the little improvements that we made. But those little steps and little improvements that we made is part of the process, right? It's part of the process. And I don't know if you watched the video that I just put out yesterday, but it's just being present in the moment, and just being in the moment is so important. It really is. Because the journey through success, the whole process of success, you're going to find your happiness in the process. Your happiness is in this process. If you haven't reached that yet, your happiness is in this process, because once you learn how to be happy without reaching a certain amount of money, without reaching your goals yet, when you learn how to be happy in the present moment, when you reach your once you reach your goals and once you reach whatever that is, the money that you want, once you get whatever that you wanted, a car, a house, once you get that relationship that you wanted, your happiness would have been already given to you, and you have already reached your happiness in your process. So now once you go into these relationships, you get the money, you get the job, you get the house, your happiness is already rooted in you. So now you're just learning how to manage what you have, right? You're learning how to manage. Now you don't have to worry about your happiness. Your happiness is already here, right? And we always put our happiness on people and things, right? Like if I just get this, I'm gonna be so happy. If I just get in this relationship with this person, I know I'd be so happy. Like we can't keep relying on things and people to provide our happiness. It doesn't work like that. It's our happiness. It's our happiness, not their happiness that they are giving us. And sometimes we act like people have our happiness, like people have our heart. They don't have our heart. We have our heart, right? Sometimes we give a piece of our heart to people, but our heart is still inside of us. Our happiness is still inside of us. But we give so much to people sometimes that we lose it, that we feel like we lost it. But I promise you, continue to push and be present in this moment. Be present and learn how to be happy when you don't have the things that you want yet, right? or you haven't reached those goals that you want, learn how to be happy right here in this moment, right? And stop giving everybody and everything so much of you that once they leave out your life or something happens, you're lost now again. Because if I learned one thing, you can't give you can't give your heart to everybody. And even though you try to be Mr. Nice Guy because you have a good heart, everybody doesn't know how to accept a good heart. And you're trying to give so much, and because you just feel like I'm a very genuine person, so I give my heart, you know what I'm saying, or I give good energy to people, I respect people, but at the same time what they give me back is disrespect. What they give me back is playing with me and playing with me in front of my face. So therefore, regardless, over time I learned that I'm just not going to give so much out. When you don't give so much out, it's no way that you can get hurt, or the piece of you that you gave out, if you lost it, you lost it. But that wasn't me, to the point where like I'm gonna be hurt if I lose that. You know what I'm saying? That's like if you have $100 and you give somebody $5 higher than $100, which I still got $95, right? I'm gonna get my money back, but at the same time, I'm just using that as an example of, you get somebody $5 and you lose $5, but you still have 95. Like, you might feel some type of way, but hey, I gave a piece of me, but I still have the majority of me, right? Right? I can get that little piece back. I can get that $5 back easy. But I didn't give you 95 and keep five for myself, right? And what I mean, and what I'm getting at by saying this is, just watch the love, the energy, the emotions that you give people, because everybody doesn't deserve you. And we give so much to everybody and people that don't deserve it, and we let people take advantage of us. And we try to put our happiness in materialistic things that can break, that can tear apart, that we can spend all our money on and lose it, that we can spend all our money on and it tears apart, and it tears apart and it's broken. Like, I just really feel like once you find happiness in yourself, like you're unstoppable. Once you set boundaries for yourself, you're unstoppable, because now you know your limits and you know how much of yourself that you're going to give out. But once you meet that person and you feel like this is the right person, y'all are growing, you're growing. I know nothing's for certain and anything can happen at any time, but just learn how to manage what you give, and maybe give it over time. Instead of giving your heart all day one time, maybe give a piece and see how they do with that piece. Give another piece, see how they do with that piece, and see if it gives you peace. You know what I'm saying? Give a piece and see if it gives you peace inside your heart, right? Again, I told you guys this video is not going to be too long. It's just a little motivation. I want us just to understand, like, again, for the people that are waking up and continue to striving towards their goals and their aspirations, continue to push and tell yourself you are doing good, and give yourself a pat on the back. You know what I'm saying? We need motivation, and nobody can give you better motivation than yourself, right? So continue to push yourself, continue to grow, continue to push for everything that you want out of life, and you're unstoppable once you learn how much control and power that you have. And don't let nobody take that from you, because that is your foundation. Again, this has been topic of discussion. I know this was just a little venting, rambling session, but I know you could take something out of it. All right, I'll be back with an episode tomorrow. I'll talk about a real topic that we can get into, but stay tuned. I'll be back tomorrow morning. I hope you guys are blessed. This has been topic of discussion. Miles Berry, we out.